Hey, what's up everybody, this is Charleston and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. Now, we all know that I'm a huge supporter of Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's not my favorite player in the NBA, but I'm a huge supporter of his. Why? Because I love the way that he has approached his career from the moment he got into the NBA. From the moment Giannis got into the NBA, it seems as if this guy said to himself, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and literally it is. There are only about 450 NBA players per year. So think about all the people trying to get into the NBA, and then you end up making it. So it's really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And he said to himself that I'm just going to maximize this opportunity in front of me, right? He wasn't one of these guys that felt like they won in life because they were able to get into the NBA and get an NBA contract from a team, and then all of a sudden felt as if they've made it. Giannis wasn't one of those guys. It seems to me that Giannis cares about his legacy and actually leaving a good example behind. He's not one of these guys that's just there playing basketball because he wants to make a lot of money. If that was the case, if it was just about money, then LeBron James could have retired 10 plus years. He could have retired 15 years ago if it was just about the money. But LeBron James realized that yes, money is good, but legacy is better. LeBron is not playing for money. He's not doing things for money. There's nothing LeBron could want to buy right now in his life that he cannot afford. There's not. What's the thing? Maybe if he wants to go get Jeff Bezos, what is it, $500 million yacht? Maybe that's something else. But there's nothing really that this guy can afford. There's no restaurant he can't go to. There's no watch he can't have. There's no jet he can't fly on. There's no car he can't own. There's no house really he can't buy. So LeBron is set for life, but LeBron is after a legacy. No one remembers the guy that made a lot of money. People remember the guy that left a mark, not the guy that made a lot of money. And people, I believe, around the world support Giannis not because he's rich. They support him because of what he stands for. Some people love Giannis for the simple fact that he was one of the guys that bucked the entire idea of super teams. Some guys love Giannis because they were like, man, I love the fact that this guy did it on his own. He went through the pressure. It took him 8-9 years to win an NBA championship in the locale he was drafted in, which was when he was playing in Milwaukee, and he figured out a way to win it there. Some guys love the fact that he did that he didn't try to join a super team, right? Some people love him for that. Some people love him for what he represents, his simplicity and all of that. So in my opinion, a true winner in life, in my opinion, Giannis Antetokounmpo is a winner in every aspect of the word, in my personal opinion. Yes, he's made a lot of money, but he also has left a legacy. He's made a mark, right? Giannis, to me, Giannis is a proper example. It's not just about a guy that ran out there and got an NBA contract and they ask you, okay, so what did you accomplish in the NBA? Well, my accomplishment was that I made a lot of money in the NBA. Okay, bravo, good for you. There are a lot of people that made a lot of money. If your goal is to look up to people that make a lot of money, you don't even need to waste your time looking at NBA players. Go look at people on Wall Street. If you want to see guys that make a lot of money, those guys make a lot of money. So to me, I think it's beyond that, and I wanted to put that out there because a lot of people, I've been hearing a lot of things. No, there are people out there that are doing it not just for the money. They actually want to leave a legacy. And that's what I appreciate about Giannis. And I think a lot of other people appreciate him for that. And just yesterday, speaking about people that appreciate Giannis, just yesterday, the Milwaukee Bucks just came off a beat down of the Golden State Warriors. And although they ended up winning the game, I think by 19 points, it was much worse than that at halftime. I think the Golden State Warriors, they had their biggest deficit at half, I think, in the history of the franchise or since they moved to California. So it was pretty bad. And at the end of that game, at the end of the game, given the way that the Milwaukee Bucks were able to dominate that game and the way Giannis Antetokounmpo played, having 30 points, I think he didn't even play the fourth, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe he played a little bit of the fourth quarter. It prompted Charles Barkley, who works on NBA on TNT, it prompted him to give some pretty strong remarks about Giannis and pretty much let people know that he is still the dude. So before we go too far, take a listen to some of the comments that Charles Barkley had to say about Giannis Antetokounmpo here. Take a listen to that.
The reason I still think Milwaukee is the team to beat in East Coast because it's that guy right there. He plays so hard that he forces everybody else to up their game. You know, we play with a guy who plays harder than everybody else. And if you don't, especially if he's your best player.
Who played harder? When you talk about guys, tell me something.
Moses, Bobby Jones, Derek Smith, Dan Marley, like guys who played with, like I played with guys who might have been better players, but as far as maximum effort, Bobby Jones, Andrew Toney come to mind, Derek Smith, Moses, Dan Marley in Phoenix. They played with maximum effort all the time. Mark West, so they weren't the best player, but they always play. But when your best player plays like that Giannis kid, you either gonna play or you're getting the hell out of here. When you are the man, and Giannis is the man in the NBA now, when you get a guy coming in who's in the MVP conversation, a team you might play in the finals, you want to send them a message. I always hear guys always say, well, I treat all the games as the same. First of all, that's a lie, and it's bogus. When you're a great player, when you see another great player, your mentality totally changes.
You know what? He's absolutely right. Charles Barkley is absolutely right. Giannis is still the reigning Finals MVP, as Shaq said yesterday. Don't forget that. He is still the reigning Finals MVP. If you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's numbers, he's still getting buckets this season. The dude all he's doing is averaging 28.5 points per game, shooting 54% from the field, 28% from the three, 70% from the free throw line, getting you 11.5 rebounds, 6.1 assists, only 3.4 turnovers, 1 steal, and 1.5 blocks per game. And his team is winning. These are not empty calories. We're not talking about Russell Westbrook stats here. These are not empty calories because his team is winning, and I think the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be a tough out. A lot of people are not talking about them. You can't blame us on our channel because there's only one person talking about content. You can't compare us to networks that have 5, 10, 15 people talking about sports 24/7, and they're not talking about. You need to be looking at them. Don't look at us. They're going to be a tough out this year. There's no two ways about it. They're going to be a tough out. I think they're one of the few teams in the Eastern Conference that can proudly say, with their chest out, that we have a team that is full, that we have a full roster of players that have championship experience. Every player, more or less, on that Milwaukee Bucks team has championship experience. Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, Giannis Antetokounmpo, all the other players that they have, right? These guys know exactly what it takes to win an NBA championship, and that is going to help their confidence. They're not like some of the other teams out there that are still trying to figure it out, that believe that they can be champions, but they really haven't done it. You have some other teams who have individuals that have won championships, maybe like the Brooklyn Nets and Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving. But people like James Harden, Joe Harris, Nick Claxton, and all these guys, they've never won an NBA championship. But this Milwaukee Bucks team, they can probably say that they have this championship experience. I think Giannis is the most dominant player in the Eastern Conference. He is for sure the most ferocious player in the Eastern Conference. Of all the teams that are going to be in the top 4 making it into the playoffs, no one can stop him individually, probably with the exception of Joel Embiid. But as we currently speak, I think the Philadelphia 76ers are the number 6 seed in the Eastern Conference. So I don't think they're really going to be making any noise, given the fact that there's so much uncertainty surrounding the Ben Simmons situation. We just heard the other day that Adrian Wojnarowski said that the situation is pretty much deteriorating, and nothing has changed. That it's still a stalemate. Nothing is really happening there. So I think Charles Barkley is absolutely the right to say that Giannis is still the man, and people better be, don't forget about the Bucks. It's not like as if he's not the reigning Finals MVP, and I think they're going to make a lot of noise this year in the playoffs, and they're going to be a tough out. So what I want to know from you guys is this: what do you think about Charles Barkley's comments about Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoy the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode.